What is up, everybody? Today we're back here again. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. I know the air conditioner is going. Um, Halfway mark. Sorry, it's been officially 182 days going on in a row. Um, and so let's go ahead and switch this over to the halfway there or halfway done banner. All right, halfway done. So yeah, this is what we're doing for day 182. Because 365 divided by 2 is 182.5. So we're just counting it as halfway, even though it's 182.5. Anyways, day 182, halfway through the challenge of 365 days. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach one of my most popular coin routines. In lieu of also National Magic Week. So we're halfway through the challenge. We're doing National Magic Week, teaching something every day. Let's get into it. All right. And so I'm just gonna set up the camera. All right. I'm gonna leave the halfway done banner up for the majority of the live stream. I will put the other one up about as we are almost done. But I'm gonna go ahead and stand back because that's what this next routine is about. It is my imagination coin routine. I apologize for the little bit of a flash there on my stomach. Anyways, so now normally this routine is done standing, but because of camera angles and everything, I will sit down. Um, I will sit down for this performance of it, and then I will stand back up to teach you guys. All right, and so, or guys, ladies, gals, whatever. All right, you guys can see empty hands. That's the best part about this is you start with perceivably empty hands until they're not empty. Yeah, see, until they're not empty. But see, that's when you can just take that because okay, here let me explain. Let me explain. I ask if you have a good imagination. Now, you can imagine that I have something in my hands, and then you can see that I don't. And then once I bring that, yeah. Anyways, so you imagine it there. Imagine a coin, and then I make that appear. Let's see. Now let's continue. Anyways, so now it's a figment of your imagination, though. So it could just be squeezed away. What? Of course, now I know it's a little cliche, but we just pulled that out from behind the ear. Um, but you know what we could do with this though? In 4K HD. Now, if this was real life, it would be better than 4K HD. Anyway, so you guys can see the coin there. You guys can see the coin in my hand. All I gotta do is give it a little shake. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, I dropped the coin. I apologize. Let me go ahead and try that one more time. Alright. Alright, I apologize. I'm not used to working with lightweight coins. Anyways, on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. You can see there is nothing. I would ask you if you were here if you could feel, see, or taste nothing. But of course, I wouldn't let you lick my hand. But of course, now we use our imagination here. Alright, we use our imagination. I'm drawing a circle on the back of my hand, which can mean only one thing. And yes, my empty hand. Anyways, on my empty hand, we draw a circle on the back, which could only mean one thing if we're using our imagination. And that's that when we flip our hand over, and we give it a little buzz, a coin should appear in our hands. I apologize, but I keep dropping it. Anyways, I'm gonna take that now. And once again, it's still a figment of your imagination, so you should just be able to squeeze that away until, hold on. And I didn't want that going in my mouth, but that's how the routine ends. It's just a wacky, silly ending. So yeah, and then you put this away or you hand it out, or whatever, depending on the coin, of course. If you're using like gold coins, generally works best, especially with younger audiences, because then it's more eye-catching, visual, And then you are also able to do some pretty cool coin magic, and then hand out the coin at the end. Now, there's a few things we do need to go over. This is not too knuckle busting. These are some pretty simple sleights, but it does require practice. Okay. Now, I have not practiced with a lightweight plastic coin. That was my problem. Okay. And so I have only used a little bit heavier coin, like regular sized coins before. Now, the size I would recommend for this, especially depending on your hands, if you have a little bit smaller hands, I could say you could go down to a quarter. If you have a bit bigger hands, either a $50 or dollar sized coin will work. This is about a $50 size. This is perfect for my hands. And my hands is about 6 inches from this side, from tip of thumb to tip of pinky. All right, that's about how I measure hands. From tip of thumb to tip of pinky is about 6 inches, and I believe that is so from base of wrist to top of middle finger is also 6 inches. So, if you have about a 6 inch hand, if that makes sense, if you have about a 6 inch hand, $50 size works perfect. And anything bigger would be a dollar, or anything smaller, a quarter. All right. And so, or just find your balance. Find your balance. Let's put it that way. Because these are some kind of knacky moves. So the first is called washing your hands. So you have a coin in your hand, but you keep it hidden by rubbing one way, keeping it concealed. So it's in this hand. It's in this hand, but it's under this hand. So you keep it concealed and you start rubbing here. And as you turn this hand over, you place that coin into this hand. And so as you turn that all over, it all keeps it hidden. Now you've successfully transferred it to this hand. And now, of course, to start the routine, you need it in your right hand. But that's okay. You can just go back one more time. And now this time, as you go to reset to wash your other hand again, you're not going to wash your other hand. You're going to take that coin and load it into what is known as curl palm. CURL palm. And so basically what that means is the coin is like this, so it's vertical. And I don't know if you guys can see that coin very well. I apologize. Basically, you put the side of the coin like this. And so it's like this. And so now you can keep your hands kind of free with this, but of course you just came out of washing your hands. So you wash your hands, just to recap, you wash your hands. You say, do you have a good imagination? It's pretty good. That's all right. That's what most people answer. Depending on the answer, your answer is going to change every time. But your next move is not. Okay? Just your words change almost every time. Anyways, and so now you come up, and this is the next move you're going to accomplish. Making a coin appear out of thin air in between your hands. Okay? Now I'm going to stand up, as this is a little bit of a knacky move. So once again, you just came out of washing your hands, and you placed it, I apologize, you place it back in your right hand. There it is. Like I said, I apologize. So you wash your hands. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3. And so now you're placing it back into this hand. Instead of washing this hand this time, you're going to clip this up and set it into curl foam. So it's sitting like this, and you're going to push it into this finger to where this finger can hold it. All right, and then you're going to just adjust from there with your other hand. Because what you're about to do is say, now you've seen that my hands are really empty. But now I want you to imagine something in my hands. You don't tell them what. You just say, I want you to imagine something in my hands. Okay? Now, as you spread your hands apart, be sure of your angles, because you don't want to go too far down or too far up. But be sure of your angles. What I like to do is do this right in front of their eyes, or like at their eye level, because of course of angles, but it also provides a better visual moment of when I do this. It's perfect. So you set up the curl palm right here, You set up in curl palm, and then you say, just imagine something in my hands right here. Did you see that coming? Is that what you're imagining? A small purple coin or a small gold coin, whatever you are using. Um, and whether they say yes or no is fine. You just keep moving on. Now you're going to perform a move called a retention vanish. Now, this is just how I do it, um, but there are different variations. Once again, I know I keep saying this, but please go on YouTube or Google or something, some video service that you can watch, and they will teach you another proper way to do a retention vanish. Now, this is what the retention vanish looks like. It looks as if I place it in this hand. Looks as if I place it in this hand, and it should be there. But what's really happening is it looks like I placed it in this hand, but it's really in this hand. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of figured. But anyways, what's basically happening, I wish I could get a back angle on this. Let's see if I can. All right. Where's my camera? There it is. As you're doing this, how I do it is as you're closing your fingers, you push that coin into your other hand. And so this is going to be your grip on this hand with the coin in it after you close your fingers. Okay? And so then it'll be an empty hand over here and coin over here. Okay? And so now, just a quick recap. As you close, the coin goes into this hand. And then you just drop this hand down to your side. It's fine. You don't have to draw any attention to it. It's completely fine. Okay? Because your misdirection is up here. And if you do the retention vanish good enough, they will stay focused on this hand. Now, you don't want to bring this down too fast or just normal speed. Just drop your hand. Let it relax, okay? And you can either subconsciously do it, like it'll do it on its own, or you can do this on purpose, make sure that it happens, is after you take the coin in this hand, let this hand swing a little. All right, now, of course, you do want to have your hand tilted in a little because you do have a finger palm coin there. But, yeah, you just want to have like a little swing, nothing like this, all right, or nothing like just like stiff arm. You don't want to come down stiff arm out of that other position. Just have a little sway to it. It's called this move is called the Vernon Dead Swing. Basically, when you drop your hand down your side, there is a little natural swing to it. So basically, that's what we say he discovered it, but he's more just capitalized on the idea. Mr. Vernon, Di Vernon. So it's the Vernon Dead Swing. Anyways, to continue on, so just to recap, we wash our hands, and we drop our coin. Now, like I said, please practice this before you do any kind of performing with it. Practice in front of a mirror so you can make sure your retention vanishes look good, and things like that. So, once again, I apologize. I'm not used to dealing with such a light coin. Anyways, we wash our hands, and then we set up the curl palm, like that. We produce the coin, retention, drop, and blow. That's the first phase. The second phase starts with a production behind the ear. Now you can either produce this from your ear, the spectator's ear, whoever's. And so how you do this is the coin is finger palmed from after doing your retention. That's where the coin goes, and after you. And so the coin is here. Okay. Now you come up, make sure your hand is covering, and you push the coin behind the ear, showing it, and let it like kind of flick off your ear. So if I can get a close up on this finger palm, you kind of just push it out there with your thumb, and then produce it out from behind the ear. So I mean that's kind of it for producing behind the ear. But that's what it starts out with, as finger palm coin. Boom. That's the start of the second phase, which then goes into what is known as the French pop. So you may know of the French drop, where you can take a coin like this and make it vanish. Well, this is kind of the opposite. So it's the reason it's still called the French pop, like French drop, is because you hold it in the same position, just upside down. And when you're shaking your hand, you don't come over here and do this. No, you come over here and watch. Hopefully you just saw it in slow motion, but basically you're letting gravity do the work when you come over here and just let it drop down. Now, there are magicians, and if you do with enough practice, you should be able to not even go upside down, or even just go upside down a little. As long as you go sideways at least and let gravity do its work. And then you're here. Now, you don't want to leave this position because then it'll look fishy if you're just doing this, okay, to hide that point. So you don't want to leave this position because this is what you were just in. And then you pretend to place an invisible coin in the palm of your hand. And with this misdirection of saying, I apologize. With this misdirection of saying, can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you taste it? You are able to then, with this hand down by your side, so your hand is hanging like this, you are then able to push this up into classic palm. And now, if you remember from the other day when we were learning coin matrix, classic palm is squeezed between here and your thumb fat. All right, that is classic palm. And so what you're doing is from fingertip palm, you're just going to let it rest on your fingers. That is called fingertip rest. You're going to take it from fingertip rest, guiding it with your thumb so you don't lose it, and you're going to push it up into classic palm. And you're going to do this down by your side. That's why I'm holding it like this. So here. So we do our French pop. We do our French pop. All right. Now that was kind of sucky, but you get the idea. You place this here. Now, can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? While you're out here doing this, you kind of turn, so that way it also helps with the misdirection. You push that up into classic palm, and now the coin's in classic palm. You're going to need it there for this next move. Okay? So, just a quick recap. Not of the whole thing, you have just the second face. Second face, you have it, so it's your tension, finger palms, come up, produce it from either your ear or from somebody else's ear, okay? And then, I'm sorry, I almost didn't sense it yet. I apologize. Then you're going to do French pop. Place the invisible coin down. Misdirection, misdirection. Classic palm. Close. All right, so this is your next move. You're going to close, starting with your pinky all the way up to make a fist. Now, you want this fist to have an open hole at the top. They don't know this, so you do this, and when you close your fist, you make sure it's closed, like it just looks like a normal fist. And then as you come over to here, you move your thumb down. Okay, nobody ever notices this, and you're gonna make a hole. All right, you should be able to stick your finger in this hole, but don't do that in front of your spectator, or else they'll know there's a hole there. Okay, you'll be able to judge it. Okay. Now, you want to keep your pinky in contact and leave a little gap here is basically what you're doing, is creating a hole and then winding your thumb along the side. So, I'm not trying to flip you guys off. Basically, your pinky is contacting your hand and the rest is just open. All right, and then your thumb, your thumb comes over and it leaves that hole there for you to be able to use. All right, so now you're going to draw a circle on your hand, moving these fingers. So this is something else you need to practice. Move these fingers like freely with a classic palm coin in your hand. Once you're able to do that, I know it's a little difficult. This is why it takes some practice, some muscle memory. You're gonna move just those fingers on your hand. Okay, you see that? And so, like I still have a little trouble to this day with it. Not always, not always. Sometimes I do drop the coin though. But that's exactly what you're about to do. Is as you turn this hand over, That's why there's a hole here. You're gonna drop that classic palm coin into the hole and get this hand as far away as possible. Probably just dropping it down by your side. All right. And now you don't want to sit there that long. Oh, okay. So now obviously you open your hand in the coin set. Now, so you obviously don't want to sit there that long, just circling on your hand over and over and over again, or else it's going to get suspicious. So you don't want to sit there for this long. So what you do is probably just a couple of rotations. You state that you're drawing a circle. Now get this hand away. Like, don't like speed it away. Remember, burning dead swing. Like, it's just a normal dropping of the hand. Like, it doesn't have to be like, you know what I mean. Hopefully, if you don't, please ask questions if you don't understand. Okay, and then you show that there's a coin there, and then just drop it from hand to hand. And so what this does is, if you're in real life, what this does is just help show that the coin is there. I apologize that I keep dropping the coin, as once again, I'm not used to white plastic coins. Anyways, so you're tossing it from hand to hand. You're gonna end in this hand because you're gonna do one last. You're gonna do one last retention vanish. Okay, so you're gonna do one last retention vanish. Except this time, now this is a little more advanced move. You don't have to do this move. All right, you can just do a normal retention. But if you're performing for a fellow magician, something I like to do is this little subtlety. Now you do have to play with angles a little bit, but it's this. All right, it'll look like this. All right, and you're pretty much hidden from all angles except for this side and this side, like too far on this side. And so what this is as you place this into your hand, what you're doing is you're tucking this in to a curl palm with your index finger. Okay, that's all you're doing is just tugging it into an index finger curl palm. And the only reason this works is because of my retention of where, as I'm closing the finger, as I'm closing the fingers, it pushes that coin into my other hand. Okay, and so that's the only reason it works. I don't know if it'll work with any other retention methods. That is something, if you guys would like to test that out on your own, please do. All right, now that is almost the last thing. The final thing after you do the final retention is you can either produce this from somebody's pocket or something like that, or just any place really. My favorite one to do if I don't have a second coin on me, out of my mouth. And if the coin hasn't fallen on the floor, I will leave it in my mouth. And another place I like to, if I do have a second coin, there's this method in magic called put pocketing, PUT pocketing. So instead of picking somebody's pocket, you put something in their pocket with misdirection, of course. So what I'll do sometimes before the routine starts is slide a coin into somebody's pocket and then start the routine with this coin, keeping their hands occupied so that way they won't have to reach into their pockets before I want to do my reveal. And then at the end, do this. It's just a simple retention. We put this in the pocket, show that it's gone, check your pocket. And so when I say put this in the pocket, I mean just ditch this point so that way your hands are clean as they're checking their pocket. And so this move is combined along with the burn dead swing. When you do the dead swing, you just come here and stick your hand in your pocket, release that coin, coin's gone, and you don't have to show them the coin's gone. This is all secret down here. Anything you're doing down by your side is secret generally. And so you kind of, so coin, retention here, and then boom, check your pocket. And then you just drop that coin eventually. Now, that is the routine in its basicness. I broke it down step by step for you guys. Hopefully, you guys do understand. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to post them in the comments below. Um, yeah, so just gonna go over the routine real quick one more time. Not the secret part, just the performance, so you can see a little bit better performance than the first one. Um, so, excuse me. Do you have a good imagination, or at least a pretty decent one? That's fine. Now, as you can see visually, my you can see my hands empty in reality. But what about in your imagination, though? Could you imagine there being something being held in between my fingers here? Yeah, see here, take a closer look. Yeah, right there. Oh yeah, yeah. You see, watch. See, but it really is. It's really real point. But it's just a figment of your imagination because I'm able to then squeeze that, and it's gone. But it doesn't travel far, as I know it's a little cliche, but it just goes behind somebody's ear. And then, of course, you know what? I think we should be able to try something else. Because we're playing with imagination, let's play with a little reality, too. See, this is like 4K HD, but better. Because this is real life. Yeah, see, this is real life, because as I just shake the coin, you can see this coin right here. You can see it just visually disappear. Now, can you see it there? Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? Yeah, no, I don't recommend tasting it. I don't know when I last washed my hands. No, I'm kidding. I just did it like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, we're gonna use your imagination. You just use your imagination to see what I'm symbolizing. Yeah, see, I'm drawing a circle on the back of my hand. Yeah, see, just like so. Now, if I draw that circle on the back of my hand for long enough, if I draw it back on there for long enough, I should be able to play a little more with your imagination. Yeah, see, right there. And that is real coin indeed. Um, but you know what? Overall, it really is just a figment of your imagination that is really there because, yeah, it's not there at all. It's not there. I can show you it's not there. Not only is it not there, once again, it doesn't travel far, but it's a little less cliche this time as, oh, and so that is, and then you can keep this point or whatever. Um, and then that is the routine. Um, right there. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Or an alternate ending would be, um, and you know what? We're gonna try this one last time. Now, um, I know this. We're gonna try a little less cliche um, finding this time. See, it's gone, and you think I would put it in my pockets, and so at this point, if your pockets are empty, this is a great time to do this. You say you think I would ditch it into my pockets and make it be gone, right? Now this is best for magicians or other pickpockets or basically people who do this performance stuff. But anyways, you can see I would normally put the coin back in my pockets because the routine is done. But instead, I wanted to give you a gift this time, and I want you to check your pocket. And then when they reach in their pocket and they pull out a coin, it is just a wonderful, wonderful um, ending. Because then you can just, as you're tucking your pockets back in, leave that coin there. You don't have to do anything with that coin, and it's just sitting there. And they saw your pockets empty, and so what you did is, as you had this finger palm, you just pulled your pockets out, kept it finger palmed, kept it hidden away from your audience, of course, but kept it finger palmed, showed your pockets empty, left them out just for comical relief, and um, then when you did that again, when you tuck your pockets back in, you leave the coin in there with it. And that is the gist of the imagination coin routine. So, that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I thank you for watching. Not only all of that, but I have enjoyed performing for 182 days in a row for you all. and I hope to do it for another 182 more. Um, I'm truly grateful to be able to do this in this way, spread the gospel when I'm able to through these videos. I know I made it kind of lengthy tonight. I wasn't trying to go 30 minutes. Um, I apologize for that. But I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe while you're down there, leaving comments or whatever. Yeah, yeah. I thank you for watching. Please don't, yeah. Peace and have a blessed night. I apologize. I am tired. We were at a theme park all day. Anyways, yeah. Do all that stuff down there. I thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace and have a blessed night.